I've been wanting to put my Genmitsu 3020 Pro Ultra to use and make trays and coasters, but working mainly with 2x4s and some pallet wood, I didn't have wood that inspired me to shape it into a nice tray. I decided to go to the wood store, a known to be really nice hardwood place that is about an hour from me, and get me some non-jointed wood to save some money, and I ended up choosing some maple, walnut, and a nice shorter board of zebra wood. I already know I'm coming back here soon. There was so much to look through and touch. Back home, I cut a piece of walnut on my miter saw, and at the size I'm using and how flat it is already, I don't even need to use my planer or joiner. Using the clamps and putting 3mm pieces of basswood under my walnut to protect the aluminum spoil board, I got it ready for the cuts. I use FreeCAD as my software to model and export G-code for the CNC. It's free and works great. This tray is simply two rounded rectangles and consists of two jobs for the CNC, pocketing out the inside and cutting the outside shape off. I was wondering how a fibrous wood like walnut would do on the CNC, and it seems to be cutting nice and sharp so far. With a carbide compression bit, I've had some good success so far with hardwoods. This machine is a treat to use. It's not big, but you can double the depth with an upgrade they sell, and it seems pretty easy to install. It's very rigid and it has no problems with dealing with wood. No layer shifts or problems like that. Now the CNC does all the shaping job and it did a great job at a finish, but sadly, as any woodworking project, you're still going to be sanding, and with items like this, I'll show you how I try and save time and get great final results. My first step to save some time, instead of changing bits to a round over bit and programming another cycle to do my edges, is to use the trim router. With the use of a XYZ probe, a quick bit change, you could do the same on the CNC, but this took me less than 30 seconds, so for objects like this, I often just do it manually, save some time, and run more projects on the CNC while I finish those ones. All that's left to do is give it a finish, but first I'll make a few more projects, then finalize them all at the end, save some time. The next one is a 4-part tray, puzzle pieces that lock into each other. I plan to do 2 on the board and flip the 2 last pieces 90 degrees, so that the whole thing can have flow and grain once assembled. It'll all make sense later. My piece of maple was a little more rough than my piece of walnut. I also wanted this piece to be thinner, around 16mm, a little under 3/4 of an inch total. I cut my part in 2 parts that will fit on the CNC, and same as before, run the G-code program, letting the CNC do all the work. I could have 2 of them in the same G-code program, but in case something goes wrong or I don't like what it looks like, I just decided to run the program twice, setting my X and Y 0 more to the right for the second part. Once that board was all done, I flipped the model 90 degrees sideways and started again, with the board in the same direction, which will give me a nice grain flow all along the assembled puzzle. To make sure the pieces don't go flying once the cut is finished, I use what's called tags, a piece of wood that the CNC leaves uncut to leave your pieces attached to the board. I use a jigsaw or a bandsaw to remove those, and sometimes a disc sander to get it nice and fresh. Some people love to use double-sided tape instead, but I find it wasteful and prefer to just sand off tags. The choice is yours though. Now back to sanding. I worked all the edges of the pieces and then used my Dremel to do the inside walls. Here's the coaster and the zebra wood from earlier, which was simply two circles in a design similar to the walnut tray, but a full circle. The other one is a coaster I made on the CNC a few months ago, that I include here to show what's possible. This one is made from pallet wood oak. I like to keep a stack of those to engrave via either the CNC or a laser. In a few weeks, I'll be launching a website and a marketplace meant mostly for local sales, and custom coasters and trays are part of it. Subscribe to not miss that development, as they'll definitely be covered here. Once all sanded and smooth, I finish them with a butcher block oil, which I love because it's instantly dry. If you want to sand it again or do adjustments, it's not a problem. I find it's a great finish for such hardwood projects that aren't a piece of furniture. My desktop is currently sanded down and oiled with the same stuff. I love the raw wood feel it leaves to things. Check out the links in the description if you want to know more about the Genmitsu 3020 Pro Ultra. It's a great little machine. I love working on it. It went my newly discovered hardwood store. Expect to see it more often. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and see you next time.